Sword. Let's start with the most iconic melee weapon ever, used in almost every ancient civilization, from Europe to Asia to the Middle East. There are hundreds of variations. Longswords, broadswords, gladius, scimitars, you name it. The idea is simple. A blade, a handle, balance in your hand. But a well-made sword wasn't cheap. In fact, owning one often meant status, training, or nobility. In battle, swords were all about precision. They could slash, stab, and defend. Dagger. The dagger may be small, but it's not to be underestimated. It's been used for thousands of years, mostly for close combat, stealth kills, or last resorts. Knights carried them as backups. Assassins used them as their main weapon. Daggers are fast and easy to hide. Fun fact, some were even poisoned. And unlike big weapons, daggers could be drawn in tight spaces, like alleyways or under armor. Axe. Now we're getting brutal. The axe wasn't just a tool. In war, it became a weapon of destruction. Vikings carried axes because they were easy to make and brutally effective. They weren't built for finesse. They were built to smash. Battle axes came in many forms: single blade, double blade, even throwing axes. The weight behind each swing could crush bones, split shields, or break helmets. And in some cases, axes were preferred over swords because of raw power. Spear. If we're talking about practicality, the spear wins. Cheap to make, easy to learn, and incredibly versatile. Civilizations from ancient Greece to China used spears as their main infantry weapon. They offered reach, which means you could strike before your enemy got close. In formation, spears could dominate. Think Roman legions or Spartan phalanxes. Some were short for quick jabs. Others were massive and used on horseback. And in hunting, the spear was one of the earliest weapons ever invented. Mace. Let's say your enemy is wearing full armor. A sword might not cut it, literally. That's where the mace comes in. It's heavy, blunt, and designed to do one thing: crush. It could break bones, dent helmets, and knock people off horses. Knights often used maces when going up against other armored opponents. Some had spiked heads for extra impact. Others were smooth but heavier. No finesse, just force. Flail. The flail looks like a weapon from a nightmare. And kind of is. It's a handle with a chain and a spiked ball on the end. Why use it? Because it could swing around shields and hit from weird angles. But it was unpredictable, even dangerous to the user. It wasn't used by many armies, mostly by foot soldiers or knights who trained with it. Still, the psychological effect alone, spinning metal flying toward your face, was terrifying. Katana. The katana isn't just a sword, it's a symbol. Used by samurai in feudal Japan, it represents precision, honor, and discipline. Its curved, single-edged blade was designed for quick, clean cuts. A well-made katana could slice through bamboo, cloth, even bone, with minimal effort. Samurai often trained their whole lives to use it properly. And in Japanese culture, the sword was considered part of the warrior's soul, not just a weapon, a way of life. Halberd. This is the multi-tool of medieval weapons. A halberd combines the stabbing reach of a spear, the chopping power of an axe, and a hook for pulling riders off horses. It was ideal for defending against cavalry. Swiss armies loved them. It required 2 hands and some strength, but in skilled hands, it was terrifying. Also, it made formations look cooler. Club. Simple, brutal, ancient. A club is literally just a stick, but don't laugh. Early humans used them for hunting, survival, and self-defense. In medieval times, clubs were used by peasants or soldiers who couldn't afford swords. Add metal studs or spikes, and it becomes a morning star, an upgraded nightmare. Cheap, but effective. Bow staff. It's not sharp, not heavy, and doesn't look like much. But in martial arts, the bow staff is a weapon of speed and control. Made from wood, about as tall as the user, it was used to block, strike, and redirect attacks. Monks and warriors in East Asia used it for training and combat. It requires full-body coordination, hands, feet, balance. Not about brute force, all about skill. Which weapon is the best? Don't forget to write in the comments. Enjoyed the video? Hit like and subscribe for more.